Psalm 135 verse 7, God's great power is clearly visible. Psalm 135:7, He causes the clouds to rise from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain and brings the wind from his storehouses. The great forces which we call nature appear to have their own will, however, it is directly under the supreme authority and careful control of the Lord. Just as God has ultimate control over his garden of the earth, his authority is superlative even over both the environmental tempest and its cyclones. Everything in the world and the cosmos is under the immediate direction of our sovereign God. The inspired psalmist shows that he understands when he states that the Lord makes lightning for the rain and brings the wind from his storehouses. As the psalmist so aptly states, it is God's creative acumen that created the hydrological cycle. From every point of the horizon, the water vapor rises, condenses into clouds, and in meeting the cooler atmosphere, it ultimately descends again as rain to form the rivers which flow back through the cities, returning to the oceans and then repeat the cycle. A little history: apart from the Bible, the extent to which this happened was little understood until the renowned scientist Bernard Palissy, who is credited in the 16th century to be the scientist who compiled the theories that existed for years, when he wrote about our modern hydrological cycle. Some interesting calculations were made by Dr. Edmund Halley, 1656 to 1742, whom Halley's comet is named after. He made several experiments at St. Helena as to the quantity of water that is daily evaporated from the sea, and he found that 10 square inches of the ocean's surface yielded 1 cubic inch of water in 12 hours. How these transfers into useful knowledge are that from the surface of the Mediterranean Sea during a summer's day there would pass off in invisible vapor, 5,000 million tons of water. However, his was just a rediscovery of what God had already revealed in the Bible. We read in one of the earliest books of our Bible, several thousand years before Christ, that Job already understood this, reading in Job 36:26-31, "Look, God is greater than we can understand. His years cannot be counted. He draws up the water vapor and then distills it into the rain. The rain pours down from the clouds, and everyone benefits. Who can understand the spreading of the clouds and the thunder that rolls forth from heaven? See how he spreads the lightning around him and how it lights up the depths of the sea. By these mighty acts, he nourishes the people, giving them food in abundance." NLT, Solomon, 985-931 BC, also described the hydrological cycle in Ecclesiastes 1:7, "Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full. Then the water returns again to the rivers and flows out again to the sea." NLT. The psalmist continues his dialogue, demonstrating God's supreme authority in the affairs of his chosen people. Specifically directing our attention to his miraculous delivery of the Hebrew people, the sons of Israel.